Hey wavy babies, it's Ocean Sims and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another creative sim. This creative sim is actually quite different than anything I've done before, and I actually already had these sims created prior to that update that we had with the skin tone sliders. Wow, excuse me. The skin tone sliders, the makeup sliders, all of that. I made this family before that. And I was amazed because if I did have the skin tone sliders and the makeup sliders, I could have also tweaked this family a little bit, but nonetheless, they still came out super great. I keep calling them a family, but they're more like a household. I noticed in The Sims 4, we tend to have trios of Sims in their young adult stage. For example, the BFF household, the karaoke legends, and I kind of wanted to make my own version of that, except I kind of wanted them to be a club. So they're actually a club. I believe when you go in game, they'll still have their club intact. I saved them after going into game with them and creating the club. So I'm hoping that they still have that intact. If you do have get together, then you should see that. But if not, I'm going to give you the 411 so you can create their club. And so this is the creative crew. And I know the name sounds so corny. It's like, hey, creative crew. But it consists of 3 Sims. Marcel, which is the Sim that you are seeing right now, and then Kade and Ami. And right now, the guy Marcel is actually, he wasn't even supposed to be a part of this group. He is quite the loner and doesn't really have that many friends. He is a painter and a maker. So he really loves painting, drawing. He loves anything that has to do with just I don't know, creativity. Duh, no, I'm kidding. But he loves to, as far as the maker trait, he likes to use that fabrication machine, that huge obnoxious fabrication machine from Eco Lifestyle, because he really just loves to be hands-on with items. But he also is pretty diverse because he loves to draw. But in my mind, that's like painting. And The Sims 4, I do wish that Sims had an actual drawing skill, because drawing is different than painting in a sense, I guess you could say. I mean, it's the same, but also not the same. So I kind of wanted, in my mind, he's more so a digital artist in a sense. He reminds me of Jarvis from my freelancer LP that I had going on. And I realized that after completing him, he reminds me, his style and everything reminds me of him, but his personality is quite different because he is, a loner. He's kind of shy, but he met this, he's in this group because his friend Ami, who he met at an art exhibit, kind of introduced her to this club. Originally, the club was just the young girl Ami and her friend Kade, who is this super cool, chill, I don't know, ride the wave type of guy. And she saw Marcel at an art exhibit that they both were at, because Ami, the girl in this household, is actually, strictly artist, strictly a painter. She loves to paint. We'll get more into her when her sim pops up. But yeah, Marcel was just kind of I'm quite the loner and I don't really have that many friends, but if I can be a part of a group that is just as creative as me, and we can kind of bounce off of each other, they just all clicked. And I thought that was kind of cool. But we're gonna get into the tea of the whole situation, which is a story that I've never done before, and a story that I would even love to play out, because I feel like I've never even seen this on YouTube. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen it yet, but and it's very cliche. But anyway, this is Kade. He is the collector. He loves to collect things. He is definitely a hoarder at heart, and he's also a vegetarian. He loves animals, and he just, meat, no, he just doesn't believe in that. He's definitely always speaking about the benefits of being vegetarian. Also, he loves, going on adventures. He's super outdoorsy in that sense, and he's also quite creative himself. So to me, I feel like, he would even work on flower arranging, because there's a certain type of creativity in that, and he would also work on, painting. He's just creative in general, so he just has a lot of great insight, painting, drawing, making things. He's the whole big gumbo of creativity. When you first look at him or see him on the street, you might not even assume that he's a very deep creative person, but he is. He's very intelligent, even though he does a lot of bubble blowing, so a lot of people think that he's just a regular old Joe, but he's actually a really deep individual. If he had a zodiac sign, he'd probably be a Pisces to me, or something like that, because he's very emotional in a way. But Kade, the whole dilemma here is that Kade, when oh my god, when Ami brought, oh my god, I'm getting all the names. Okay, when Ami brought Marcel around, Kade was just whoa, this guy is beautiful. He was a loner, he was different, and Kade just kind of, he's gotten a lot closer to Marcel and kind of understands Marcel even better than Ami. And it's kind of creating this thing where Kade finds himself kind of having feelings for Marcel now. And the dilemma is that, you know, like he has to keep these feelings to himself. He doesn't really want to tell Ami, even though they're like the best of friends. They've been friends since middle school, but he just doesn't know how she would feel about that. Like they are really, really close friends, but he doesn't even know how Ami feels about Marcel too, because Ami's like a really tough chick. Like she's like, I don't know, she gives me like Sag energy, probably like Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. She's a really strong individual, but maybe even a Taurus. And she just doesn't really show her emotions. So like in the event that she probably had feelings, or like Marcel too, Kade kind of just, he's like all out of whack right now because he really, really likes Marcel and he's growing feelings for him, but he knows that Marcel isn't gay. And so it's making this thing where like he's starting to feel really like trying to be distant from the group and doesn't really want to be a part of creative crew, like anymore. I don't know. It's really hard for me to explain. It's almost like I'm explaining it like I know them, but when I was making them, I know exactly where my mind was. And so it's just a really cool story because it's like, you know, will Marcel kind of, I don't know, like, because Marcel is also very open with Kade too. Like he's very open and very close to him. And although Marcel is straight, it's like, does that define, does like your, like how you, I don't know how to describe it. Is that going to define what he prefers like for the rest of his life? Or like, could he just meet that one person that kind of makes him want to change his mind on his sexuality? Just that exception. Like, is Kade going to be that one exception for Marcel? And the reason why I can speak from this perspective is because I have been through this. So it's like, I know what that's like to just meet that one person that you don't roll that way, but they could make you feel like you could. It's so weird, but I understand the perspective and the mindset of Marcel and how stuck this position is and how Kade is just so completely stuck. And it's like, how, you know, I know a lot of people could probably relate to that. You like someone that you may not have, or you like someone that you can tell is afraid to even embark on something new with you. And it makes a really awkward situation, but I love it. I love that. I love that like there's discovery there. So I feel like that adds to gameplay. And like Ami here is like, I was inspired to use this hair from a simmer on Tumblr by the name of Blood Noodle because I hated this hair from Snow Escape. I was like, oh my God, this hair just needs to burn it in the pits. Like I hate it, but I liked it. I liked the way they used it. They like had the the sim kind of looked kind of similar to Ami too, so I was kind of like really inspired from their sim. So shout out to you if you're watching this video. But Ami's like a character that I really love. Her fashion took me a long time to kind of configure because I don't normally go for like, I don't know, the type of fashion style that Ami has, I don't normally go for. I don't dress like this, but I just kind of like channeled how I feel like she would be. Like she's creative, so she also has to have like a certain style to her, and that's what I was just trying to give her. I didn't want her to look too like hardcore. I didn't want her to look too soft. I just wanted her to look different, and I don't even know if I like made that clear in her outfits, but at the end I have everyone's outfits and everything pictured, so just, you know, let me know what you think. But I love Ami because she is a painter, of course, and she's non-committal, so she could very well like Marcel and love his mindset as well, but she can't commit, and she would never want to, you know, she's tired of being with people and then breaking their hearts. Ami is known as a little bit of a heartbreaker because she gets bored easily, you know. I don't know, maybe she's Gemini like me. But she's really ambitious, which means she has all of these goals and dreams, and she always wants to do this, that, and the third, but she can't commit to things too long. And that's her quirk for me. And like whenever I make Sims, I always give them a, you know, 2 good traits and 1 trait that could kind of like determine the hardships and the flaws that they'll face in their life. And for her being non-committal and not being able to commit to things is definitely, you know, what sets her back from a lot of things, from finding love, from finding amazing career opportunities, from finding, I don't know, it's almost like she self-sabotages in a sense, you know, when something is too good, she just feels like she has to like withdraw herself. So it's a really cool household because again, like in The Sims 4, we do so many like trio households and they don't really hold weight. They don't really have stories to them, you know? And with this one, I feel like if you're playing with them, because I will put them on the gallery, you can kind of feel like you're playing out the story however you want to. Maybe Ami will be with Marcel, maybe Marcel and Kade will be together. I don't know. But I really enjoyed it. And I really like it, and I hope to make some more creative Sims. I like normally like I used to make like a lot of creative Sims, but now I've just kind of like laid back, just kind of chilled out on them. And if I decide to do more, I would definitely post more. But any creative Sim that you've seen on the channel in the last year has genuinely just been from my heart, because I just haven't been in the mood to really create Sims sometimes. I don't know, it's so weird. It's so weird. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always, always, always stay wavy. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Alrighty, peace out.